she was just getting on my nerves. Hey everyone, welcome to 90 Day Sisters. I'm Devana.
I'm Shanice.
And this week, our video is going to be about... There we go. Our engagement stories.
Yay!
So I posted a status on Facebook and just asked people, like, can they throw us some questions, things they might be interested in knowing, some topics for us to cover, and this was one of them. So we're gonna start with engagement stories. I'm gonna try to be real about mine. And so I got engaged in Canada in December, on Christmas, December 25th, 2019. So let's see how that happened. So I woke up that morning. I think we cooked. We had like a whole day first, and then we did presents at the end of the day, which is kind of different because this was my first time spending Christmas away from my family. I had originally decided that I was going to spend Christmas with my fiance because I have the baby. It was his first Christmas, and I felt that it was very important for our son to be with his dad on Christmas. And we celebrated Thanksgiving early with my family so that they could give the baby, their gifts and things like that. So I went to Canada because that's where he was at the time for Christmas, and it was interesting. So like I said, we went through the whole day. The routine was very different. The day just felt weird to me because it wasn't what I was used to. We in our family do Christmas like the same tradition every year, and now that's getting mixed up with more of my siblings getting married, and some of them are able to come home, some of them are not, but I've never not been included in that. Christmas is such a big holiday for my family and I. So we went through the whole day, and then at the end of the day we decided to do our gift exchange. And so I'm sitting with the baby in my lap and I'm opening our gift, and I pull it out and there is a teddy bear, and he said that was for the baby, of course. And then when I look under the teddy bear, there was a Disney ring box. And so I'm like, oh wow. And mind you, I figured that he was going to propose while I was on this trip. Like I just thought that was what was going to happen. However, I had told him not to. I really had told him not to. I was like, we were just not in the best place, and I was like, I don't think this is the best time for this to happen, so you might not want to do it while I'm there. I guess it's a good thing he disregarded my message because we are engaged now, but I definitely told him not to. And I was really upset at him because, like I said, my family has traditions that we've been doing for a few years now, and there was one of them that he agreed to and then dropped the ball, and I was really upset by that, and so I woke up just mad at him. That's how I am. I woke up upset at him. But we went through the day and everything fine. So then I opened the ring box, and I was really excited. This is literally exactly what I wanted. I definitely had made went on Pinterest, made a board, and then had screenshotted the style of rings that I wanted. She had went with me to a ring store one time to try things on. I'm another friend of mine, so that I could just get a feel for what exactly do I like, what kind of stone I like. I knew I was not going to be a diamond fan, but with my skin color and stuff, I was like, I don't know exactly what is a good quality stone, but what would actually look good. I didn't want something that looked costume jewelry just because it was a different color or whatever. So I did settle on this, oh my God, what is it called? Aquamarine. And so I had definitely let him know ahead of time what I wanted, because if I'm going to have this ring and I'm going to have it for a significant amount of time, I wanted it to be something that I was interested in. So I am very proud of him for listening to what I said and really taking that into consideration. That was very special to me. But I had opened the box, and he knows I love Disney, so I think that's why he was happy he found the Disney collection or whatever. So there was a lot of thought there. And I opened the box and I looked at the ring, and I was just quiet. I look up and he's got the phone in my face, taping the moment. But I was just quiet because, again, I was upset at him, and I had told him not to do it. And so I was like, oh man, this is really happening right now. I knew it was going to happen, but I wasn't really mentally prepared for it. And there was just so much that went through my mind, because as he's asking me, I'm thinking about the good things between us, the bad things between us. I'm thinking about my baby. I'm thinking about the fact that my family's not here. I'm thinking about, will they approve of this or will they not, based on, the whole experiences that we've had up to this point. There was just so much going through my mind. And I guess I had always pictured it to be a more simple moment in which it's just oh my God, the one I love is proposing to me right now. Jump into their arms. Yes. But that's just not the reality that I experienced. And I don't think that takes away from it, but that is just not the reality I experienced. There was just so much more going through my mind at that moment. And I just was like, you're serious? Like, are you really serious? You're sure you want to do this? Like, we've discussed this. Are you sure you want to do this? Because this is not what we discussed. And so after all that, we came to the yes. And I was like, I let him put the ring on my finger. And I was like, yo, we've got to get things in line if we're going to do this. Like, we've got to get things in line. And I think from that moment on that we have really been, I think we were always working on our relationship and everything. But I think that this commitment and really knowing that we don't know exactly when we'll be able to be together officially, but when we do get to that point, we want to have some of the things that have been burdens or issues in the past resolved. So I feel like as soon as this went on my finger, that I've been more conscious of speaking my mind, expressing my emotions, working on myself, paying attention to what he's saying, trying to make corrections, as well as he doing the same. So I think that this step has done good things for us, and I am really excited for the future despite what the past has held. So that was my little engagement story. So Shanice, take it away. I think hers is much more dreamlike than mine, but I just wanted to be real about what I'm doing.
All right. So we got engaged on March 9th, 2020. So I guess just like her, I had a feeling it was going to happen, but I mean, you never really know. So
can I tell you something that she doesn't know? So, well, I guess she does now because I'm sure I told her. But I knew he was going to do it. I totally knew he was going to do it. So her fiance and I have a good relationship, which I am very happy about. And he had he wanted to ask for my parents' blessing, but he didn't want to let her know he was going to do that. So he got my parents' number from me on the sly so that he could call them and ask them beforehand. And also, he had asked for my blessing, which I felt was so special because it is very difficult for us to have familial relationships with all this long distance stuff. But I think because I'm in a distance relationship that I have put in extra effort to really try to get to know him. Plus, we're so close, I need to know what's going on. So he did ask me, which I thought was super duper sweet. But yeah, so I knew it was happening. But go on.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't, but I had a feeling. But I was also like, okay, let me not get myself hyped up or think it's gonna happen, then it doesn't happen because that would be terrible and awkward. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go on this trip. It's going to be great. No matter what happens, whatever. I get to see him. So I'm excited about that. So so we're on the trip. It was so funny. I think it was the day before he told, so my best friend came with me on our trip.
Her other best friend, not me best friend, her other one.
Okay, yes, not my sister, but my other best friend. Remember how you told me that? So she came with me on the trip. So he just told us that we had a dinner reservation at 8:30 the next day. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So didn't think anything of it. So when that day came, I was getting ready and I was with Simone, which is my best friend. Hi, Simone.
Shout out.
Yes. So I was in her room getting ready and he was supposed to come to her room after he was done getting ready so we could meet up so we could go to dinner. But we set a certain time and he wasn't there. And I was like, well, this is irritating. Where's he at? He doesn't take that long for her to get ready. So I was like, all right, Simone, let's go figure out where he's at. So I'm ready stomping down the hallway.
See, you see this family, this McCarthy trait, this irritation that we keep and this anger. So, we're working on it.
I was really ready to tear him to shreds because why are you taking so long? So he opens the door and there's just aisle full of rose petals and candles. And he put a big heart on the floor with candles and rose petals. And then on the table, there were flowers and roses and the box for the ring. So I was like, oh my gosh, I was really upset because he was taking so long. So I wasn't mentally in that space. So I was like, oh shoot. Okay. So he walks me down the little aisle in the room and we're in the heart. And he gets down on one knee. He says a few words, whatever. I can't remember. It's probably really sad because I should remember what he said. But he said a nice little speech. And then he said, will you marry me? And so here it is.
And he was so nervous in the video. Yes. You could tell.
He was so nervous. It was so cute. But yeah, it was really great. And Simone actually got to tape it all. I didn't even realize, but she taped it all, which is really great. And something that I really loved. So I have this song that I shared with Devana. And I told her I wanted to have it in my wedding. I didn't know how I was going to incorporate it. but I was like, this is like a song that I want in my wedding. And it's so crazy because I heard when I was by the door, like I heard music and I was like, he's really dancing right now. So I was really irritated. But then he opened the door and I realized it was the exact same song that like I wanted in our wedding, and he had no idea because like I've never told him. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then I asked him later, I was like, did you know, did you ask Devon or something? He's like, no, it's just a song that I heard. And he's like, I feel like it matches us really well. And I was like, oh my gosh, like just made it a lot more perfect. So that was our story. It was really great. I'm super happy. He did a really, really good job. It was really nice because it was actually really interesting. He wanted to actually do our proposal at the restaurant, and he asked Simone if that was a good idea. And Simone was like, Shanice is really, private, so she'll probably not want it to be in a public place for like everybody to see. So thank God he listened, because I definitely didn't want it to be a public thing. If anything, I would just want my family to be there, but I don't need a whole bunch of people there. So it was really nice that it was just like me, him, and the bestie. So yeah, that's our story. Pretty great stuff.
Yeah, so that's what we've got for engagement stories. Hopefully you enjoyed them. But we're both very excited about this phase in life. I don't think either of us saw like getting here ever.
Nope.
I don't know about you. I really didn't. So it's really great to have gotten here, even though there's been bumps and it's been tricky trying to manage the distance and the culture and all that other stuff, but we're still making it work. It's nowhere near perfect for either of us, but we are still putting in that work to, make it happen. So we'll keep you updated as things go along, but that's our engagement stories for today. So share yours. We'd love to hear about them.
Yeah.
How did you feel? So like, comment, subscribe, follow us, turn on those post notifications, all that good stuff.
Share with your friends if you think this is a cool channel.
Yes, please. And we appreciate you watching. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.